Hello guys, Robert1 here, coming at you with a new Yu-Gi-Oh video. And what is today's new Yu-Gi-Oh video about, you may be thinking? Well, if you notice from the title of the video, it is 5 cards that you can side against Counter Fairy. Now, these cards, they are options that I kind of pulled out of the woodwork. Some of them are new, some of them are quite obvious, because what are you going to do? What are you going to do with it? It's not going to be a top 5 video, so you're not going to be seeing like the transaction screens and all of that, but it is a video talking about 5 different cards. Like, there's no specific order you could side them in, but I am going to put like the more interesting ones to the end of the video. So what do I think could be sided against Counter Fairy, and why am I choosing to do this video now? Well, I'm choosing to do this video now because of Counter Fairy. It comes out this weekend. There's an event as well in some locals as well, I believe, where if you participate, you have a chance to win a rubber mat of the Counter Fairy starter deck mat, which is kind of cool for you, some of you guys who enjoy getting those kind of starter deck mats, because they can actually be very, very cool. Some of them, the Lights one was especially cool, that one of my friends has, and I always love to see it because it's actually an interesting mat. But yeah, these 5 cards are actually cards that I kind of thought would be very good side deck cards against the Counter Fairy deck. They aren't. Some of them are better than others, as I said, so they will be on later on in the video, but let's just get into it and get into the reasons why I kind of think these cards are really worth siding against Counter Fairy and the reasonings behind them. So let's just go on with the first one that I want to talk about, which is one obvious card that shouldn't really ever be taken out of context and should always be known as the really good card to side against Counter Fairy, and that is Jinzo. Now, Jinzo, if you guys don't know, the only way you can really stop Jinzo in a Counter Fairy deck is with Solemn Warning. Solemn Warning being the card that would pay 2k life points to negate the summon of Jinzo itself, but everything else in the spell and trap card zone won't be able to negate Jinzo, because there aren't really any counter traps that will be able to negate the summon of Jinzo other than Warning. And what does Jinzo do exactly? What's Jinzo's specific effect? Well, Jinzo's specific effect is trap cards and their effects on the field cannot be activated. Negate all trap effects on the field. So basically it's saying no trap cards in general can be activated. And why did I kind of choose this? Why did I choose a level 6 monster that could be sided against Counter Fairy? Well, there are many options for the reason I chose this. One is because it can actually be used in more decks than most people think. This card can actually be very easily used in every deck in this format when you think about it. Let's start with the obvious one. The first deck it could be used in is Pendulum Magicians. Pendulum Magicians are essentially the deck that this deck card would mostly be used in, purely because you can be like, Pendulum Summon it. You can Pendulum Summon the card very easily just by being like, oh, I have an 8 and a 1. Pendulum Summon. Done. But if they have the strike, it's not going to be as good, obviously. But you could always be like, Pendulum Summon the Black Fang, or Pendulum Summon more than one with the Black Fang. Black Fang, if they do strike you, Black Fang would then use its effect to summon itself back. Then you could tribute the Black Fang to then tribute summon the Jinzo, meaning that Counter Fairies lose all of their counter trap effects and all of their trap effects for the rest of the time while Jinzo's on the board, which is very good. Another deck this could be used in, Spirals. You could use this card in Spirals just by simply doing, oh, I have a double summon, I have a monster, normal summon said monster, double summon, tribute that monster, and make this card. And you could still, even by making Jinzo, you could still do all your combos, because you could be like, oh, it's a quick fix, so I can use the quick fix effect to add the Big Red to hand. Big Red then can summon back the quick fix, and if you've got the Foolish Bearer of Goods as well, you can also send to Graveyard a Spiral Mission Assault to then give you an additional summon to then go into all of your other plays, such as your Super Agent plays and all of the rest of them, which are options, which is something I actually really like about the card. In Trick Stars, you could also do double summon or chain summoning, where you summon Candina, Candina, chain of some other effect, chain summoning, then you gain 3 additional summons, being able to tribute into your Lycoris. Sure, this would also negate your reincarnation, but it could be worth it to see, just because your opponent's playing Counter Fairy and they might not have all the monsters to resource out of it. So definitely an option, good option in Jinzo for quite a few decks in this format, which is why I kind of put it on this, kind of chose it for one of the 5 cards that I wanted to talk about. The next card that I want to talk about, though, is another interesting card. Is another card that is kind of obvious as well. Is Royal Decree. Now, Royal Decree. Why did I kind of choose Royal Decree in this video? Well, Royal Decree is kind of an obvious one that you can never kind of not say in these kind of things, because Royal Decree is basically the end-all be-all negate traps. It's a trap that negates other traps, essentially. And Royal Decree being a card is one of the reasons why I wanted to put it on this list. Basically, it's not as good as Jinzo in my opinion, though, because you have to wait a turn to actually use it. But Royal Decree is essentially, I flip summon this card. I activate this card in my spell and trap card zone on your turn. You're essentially not going to be able to use any trap cards for the rest of the duel. Why do I think this isn't the best card to side against? Why do I think this isn't one of the better cards to side against it, though? Because of cards such as Ultimate Providence, where if they've got Ariadne, they can just instantly negate the Royal Decree. That's why I don't really think this is as good as a Jinzo or anything else, but nonetheless, being able to if you're going first and you activate this card, Counter Fairy are going to have a very hard time playing against you, because they won't be able to gain any of their trap effects, any of their counter trap effects, or any other effect that they want. Sure, they'll still be able to gain hand trap effects, but with Royal Decree being up, does that really matter? You could essentially side this in every deck of the format. You could side it in Trickstars, Spirals, ABC, Pendulum Magicians, Dinosaurs. You can essentially side it in any of those decks. So this card is a very versatile card that you could easily side in every single deck. That if you want to side it in, you can side it in. Like, Royal Decree is one of those cards that really does deserve its name on every list, just because it negates all trap cards in the game, and counter traps are no exception. So yeah, Royal Decree is definitely a good option to side in this format, just because it negates everything. It can be negated by cards like Ultimate Providence and Dark Bribe and so on and so forth, but nonetheless it is a very good card to use. So Royal Decree, definitely an option in this format. The next card I wanted to talk about is Trap Stun. I am Mr. Trapstun from YCS from Nationals of 2016, being that UK Nationals, being the guy who flipped Trapstun twice on stream. Kind of an idiot the first time because he didn't realise he could OTK, but still did it. And basically, Trapstun is the same as Royal Decree, only for a turn, where you activate the card, negates all trap cards for that turn, and pretty much you get to do whatever you want. This is kind of weaker than Royal Decree, obviously, because it doesn't stay continuous. It isn't throughout the duel, which is kind of bad, but nonetheless, Trap Stun is still a very good card, just for the fact that it's a one-off use. It doesn't stop your own traps from being able to resolve, so you can still use trap cards in your own deck. Like, Royal Decree is better for a deck that doesn't use trap cards, but Trap Stun is good for all decks, purely because it doesn't stop yourself from using your trap cards. But this does have its downsides as well, where it can be negated by Ultimate Providence and cards like it, which is kind of upsetting. But Trap Stun is still always got a place in my heart, just because it got me to the top 128 of Nationals that year, and then I was an idiot who misplayed and forgot he normal summoned. I could have won that duel. But yeah, Trap Stun definitely a good option to side against Counter Fairy, just for the option that it doesn't negate your own trap cards when you want to use them later on, which is very good. The next one, though, is a card that I kind of found. It's not a bad card. It's quite a very good card, actually. Just because of the fact that it negates it, you can't chain to it, and it is Anti-Magic Arrows. Now, Anti-Magic Arrow does have its downsides, where you have to give up your battle phase to use it, but think of it this way. It's a whole effect. Anti-Magic Arrows is basically Its effect is, at the start of the battle phase, for the rest of this turn, after this card's effect resolves, spell and trap cards and their effects cannot be activated, and effects cannot be activated in response to this card's activation. So essentially, it's a speed spell 4 quick play spell card that your opponent cannot chain to. Now, you have to give up your battle phase to use this card, yes, but it's the same pretext of evenly matched. It lets you play the game. Anti-magic arrows is essentially, oh, I may give up my battle phase. But my opponent can't respond to this card. I can then do whatever I want in my main phase 2, and I can just go crazy and just build the board that I should be able to build in main phase 1, and then just be able to play the game. Like, against Counter Fairy, they like to lock you down, but this card essentially says, no, you can't lock me down. Just go away, you bad players. I'm going to play the game. And another good point is that this does it to all spell and trap cards, so it can negate their maybe set MSTs and Cosmic Cyclones as well, which can actually come in very handy at times. So Anti-Magic Arrows, just for the fact that it's a continuous quick play spell card that you have to give up your battle phase for, isn't a bad thing. Plus, you could chain this in with Evenly Matched, where you do this during the start of your battle phase, so they can't activate any counter traps. Then, in your at the end of your battle phase, you could activate Evenly Matched, having them banish all but one of their set spell and trap cards, and then your opponent can't do anything. Wait, no, I was a fool. Your ones can't be activated either. But yeah, still. This card still has a lot of good effects where you can gain your abilities and just give your opponent a way not to touch you. So you're able to play the game essentially on that turn. But Anti-Magic Arrows is an option, and it does help. It can be sided in pretty much any deck you want, just because of the fact it's only during that turn, and it's still a very good option. But yeah, Anti-Magic Arrows is an option. Let's go on to the final card that I wanted to talk about that I'm personally siding because I feel like it's the best card to side, and that is Dodger Dragon. Now, Dodger Dragon is an effect monster. It's an effect level 4 wind effect monster that has 900 attack and 1200 defense. But why did I choose this card? Why do I think this card is one of the better cards to side against Counter Fairy? Well, this card, first of all, this card's normal summon cannot be negated. So your opponent cannot activate a counter trap in response to the card that's summoned, which is very good. And after this card was normal summoned, your opponent cannot activate counter traps for the rest of this turn. So, essentially, normal summon, your counter traps are locked out this turn. You cannot counter trap me no matter what you do. Which I personally like a lot. Just for the fact that, oh, I'm going to use a counter. You want to use a counter trap? No, I'm playing the game. Leave me alone. And this card is actually really good just for the fact that it's actually a big beater, so it can get over pretty much any level 4 monster that Counter Fairy has. It can get over their Guiding Ariadnes. It can get over their Ariadne. It can get over their other level 4 that lets them draw when they activate a counter trap. It can essentially get over all of them, which I really like. Plus, this card doesn't restrict yourself in any way where you really care, so this card is actually really good in that response as well. Plus, it's a level 4, so you can use it for overlay materials if you're playing a level 4 deck. It can also be sided in pretty much all decks as well, such as Pendulum Magicians, Spirals, any deck that you really care about that could do stuff. Like, Dodger Dragon is one of those options that could actually do a lot for a deck, and it is a very good card in general, just to side against decks such as Counter Fairy, just seeing as it negates all counter traps. And it is a really good card. It does deserve its spot where I'm putting it as the 4th card in the list, and yeah, I just see Dodger Dragon being a very good side deck card against all Counter Fairy players. I'm personally siding it because with Pendulum Magicians, they don't really need their normal summon. I can summon more after, which is still really good, but yeah, Dodger Dragon was the last card I wanted to talk about. What do you guys think of these 5 cards, though? Do you think I made good options? Do you think I made good choices to side against counter fairies? What is your opinion? Tell me in the comment section below what you think what your opinion is on this video, on these cards. Do you think these cards are really good to side against counter fairy? Do you have other options that you would side against counter fairy? If you do, tell me in the comment section below so I can get more knowledgeable and figure out cards to play against counter fairy that could be better than something like Dodger Dragon that literally just negates all counter traps. But yeah, guys, tell me your opinions of these cards in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like the video to show that you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh content from me in the future, press the like button so you can... no, don't press the like button, press the subscribe button so all my videos get put in your subscription box. And don't forget, and if you want to be notified of those videos as well, press the notification button as well. Like, do all of those things, you know? It helps me out, it gets me more videos, and I get to produce more videos for you. Plus, terms and conditions are changing, YouTube policy is changing where if you don't have 4,000 hours and 1,000 subs, you don't get monetized videos, so you want to help a guy out? But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the video, as I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more new videos. Press the notification button, and yeah, tell me what you thought of these cards in the comment section below. That's the video, guys. I don't really have anything else more to say. Thanks for watching. Robot1 signing out. Counter fairies, you're annoying, and I made this to stop you. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos, and check out the links in the description for the previous video, and the link to my Facebook page where you can see previous videos that I've posted there, and any other information that I may have posted there. I hope to see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.